Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while since I said those words, but I wanted to come back and tell you guys where I've been and what I've been up to, what I've been doing. My last video was TXT Act Promise, which was almost a year ago. I think I posted that video about 2 or 3 weeks after I saw them. I wrote down some points that I wanted to discuss in today's video. First thing I wanted to talk about was losing friends. Since my TXT video, I have lost most of my friends. I literally have one friend right now. Things happened with people I used to be friends with. That's not really business I want to put on the internet. It's not worth it. I already stopped being friends almost a year ago. It's really not like that important. Felt like some of the people I was around brought out a really negative side of me. I don't like being negative. I'm not a negative person. I'm a really sweet person. So every time I would talk to some of the people I used to be friends with, it would always be like gossiping about somebody or saying mean things about people. And I did a very hard job and a very good job of digging myself out of that hole of being super negative. There's so much in the world to love. Heart is too full of love to have any hate in my heart. There are so many things in the world and in my life that I love. Concerts, I love having my nails done, I love having my hair done, I love makeup, I love ATs, I love music. I love so many things where there is no space in my heart to hate. I had to get away from certain people to reclaim and become and rediscover the really sweet and nice girl that I know I am. I felt like with some of the people I was friends with, all our conversations had to be negative, complaining about people at our school, complaining about things going on in our households, just complaining about things all the time. And that's not who I am, and that's not who I want to be. I feel like I shouldn't post on YouTube if I'm being so negative. If on Instagram and on TikTok and YouTube, I'm putting out this persona of being such a sweet and pink girl, but in reality, I'm being super negative and mean about everything and mean to people for no reason. I also felt like some of the people I was friends with didn't have pure intentions for me. My TXT video, I feel like it could have been way better. That was supposed to be 2 different videos. It was supposed to be a prep video and then the actual concert vlog. Things didn't go how I planned them to go. And part of that is because of the people I was around who didn't really want to do the things that I wanted to do in order to like post what I wanted to post. It wasn't really their job to bend their schedules to when Roslyn wanted to film and when Roslyn wanted to post. And I understand that. We would agree on like, yeah, I want to vlog this or I want to vlog that. They would agree, and then plans would get messed up. So I felt like some of the people I was around didn't have the best intentions for me. Something else I want to talk about was copying. I also felt like, and this kind of ties into the whole like losing friends thing, I felt like my individuality was like under attack, you know? Whether it be bags or bag charms or plushies, nail ideas, hair, like whatever I did, I felt like some of the people around me were copying some of the things I had. Some of the people I was friends with also agreed with that. One friend in particular, of course in this video I'm not going to name any names or any Instagram handles or anything like that because it's really not worth that. What's done is done. The past is the past. It's been almost a year. Like, it's not worth any of that. And it's not worth stirring the pot with people that I don't have to see anymore. There was one friend that all the other friends agreed was like low-key a copycat. And I don't like being copied. It took me a lot to accept myself for who I am and accept myself for the things that I like. When I feel like somebody who didn't go through the self-acceptance journey that I went through, like it took a lot for me to accept myself for the things that I like. So for somebody to just come in and just swoop up my personality and my music taste and things that I like, I don't like that. And I can't stand for that. I can't be friends with somebody who stands for that, especially if you knew the journey that I had to go through to become the individual that I am. Everybody's journey is different. when it comes to accepting themselves, and not everybody was forced to accept themselves at such an early age. Like, there are still people who just think that copying is just going to get them everywhere, and oh well. Another thing that I wanted to address with copying is there are tons of copying allegations being thrown against people. Like, and that's not really my place to speak because I'm not the one being copied or being accused of being a copycat. But I feel like there was like an innate fear that I had of posting stuff and being labeled as a copycat. Everything I do it with intentions to be myself. I don't want to be anybody else. I love being me. It took me a long time to be who I am today, and I love that. I will want to be me and nobody else. So being accused of copying or being copied is just two things I just don't want to happen, don't want to see it, because that's not me at all. Another thing that kept me from posting is simply just not knowing what to post. Like, I would overthink some of the videos that I would film. Like, I had filmed like a New Year's video where like I opened all my Christmas gifts and got ready for the new year. I like to do my makeup and do my hair and go into the new year looking how I want to feel. I started to overthink it and also try to figure out, like, would anybody really want to watch me get ready for the new year? I don't know if anybody would want to watch that. Same with, like, I had other videos planned. Like, I had hauls filmed. They're still just sitting in my CapCut, fully edited. Like, just stuff like that. I filmed an ATEEZ vlog when I saw them last year. And it's just stuff like that that I just have in the vault of CapCut that I just haven't posted. Just because I didn't think anybody would want to watch that stuff. My self-confidence with wanting to post was so low. I lost all my friends, or most of my friends, and copying allegations being thrown left and right. And I just didn't feel good with posting it. The thing with like losing friends is people are fucking mean. Like, excuse my language, but people are mean. Not scared, but I was always weary of people I didn't like watching my stuff, making fun of me. It was also a matter of I didn't know what to do. I felt like everybody posted get ready with me's and school vlogs, concert vlogs, and I just wanted to figure out what would stand out about me. Another thing that I really had a big problem with when it came to posting and filming is promoting myself on my Instagram. People from my old school, old town, like people who know me from high school, they follow me, and I thought it was really embarrassing to post about YouTube and stuff, especially with the way I was portraying myself at school. Like on YouTube, filming on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, I dress up, I get cute, I get pink, I do my makeup, hair, did my nails, like, yeah, everything to post and stuff. But in school, I was doing the opposite. I would wear an oversized black hoodie, some baggy jeans, and my Crocs, or like my gray New Balances. I was so down. I was so down in the dumps where I just didn't want to go. I didn't want anybody to see me. So I feel like the contrast from school to YouTube or Instagram was just so crazy, where it just made me not want to post. It made me not want to post, and I was in a really bad headspace for a while. Like, I don't talk about my mental health on social media, but I was in a really, really, really bad mental state with things that happened in my personal life, and of course losing friends. It's never good to go from having like 6 or 7 friends to having 1 or 2. I had so many people in my circle who I would talk to, and then I lost 1, but I still had like 5 other friends to talk to even after I lost that 1. And then I lost another 1, but I still had people to talk to. Then I lost another 1. And because all these people are tied together, it was like, it would be hard for me to be friends with somebody while they're friends with somebody I don't like. Like, I just personally don't stand for that. That's something I will never, ever stand for. If you are my friend, you are my friend. You hanging out with people who have done me wrong or whatever like that just doesn't slide for me. Like, I don't care who you are, how close we've been, when we met. That's just not something I go for, and I will never bring down my boundaries and my standards just to keep some friends. Like, I just will be friendless, and that's what I am now, friendless. I'm not doing that. Another thing that I struggled with that I briefly touched on was self-image. I, for a while, like, didn't want to post because I just didn't like the way I looked. And it was amplified by people saying mean things about me. People would talk about my body weight or just my body in general, my teeth, because I have a gap. People I used to be friends with now all of a sudden having a problem with me being bigger or me having a gap or having bad skin or just having whatever. People talk about my looks, I would just chalk it up to jealousy because my looks weren't a problem when we were friends. Like, when we were friends, oh, Rosalind's so pretty, Rosalind's so cute, I love your hair, I love your nails, I love this, your gap doesn't matter. And then we stopped being friends, and now I'm ugly, and I'm fat, and I'm this and I'm that. And that took a really big toll on me as a person. Having friends who I thought didn't look at my body for what it was and just looked at me as a person. Saw me for the things that I liked, the things that I wore, the things, like the way that I put myself out to the world as, and not just me being bigger than people around me. I didn't hate the people around me, I simply just hated myself because of the things that was being said about me. It was like, I thought we were friends, I thought we were old enough and past the whole fat jokes, but apparently we weren't, and that hurt my feelings. Another thing that I wanted to talk about was family death. February, my grandmother passed away. I lived with my grandmother my whole life, like my whole 17 years of living. I lived with my grandmother. It's always been me, my mom, my grandmother, and my two brothers. Everywhere we've gone, from Philly to Norristown to Delaware, she's been with us. And in February of this year, she passed away. She was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and that was one of the toughest parts of my life. That whole month of February, where she was in the hospital leading up to her death and even after her death, I only went to school. I only went to 4 full days of school that month. I was either not there, going to the hospital every single day, or I just stayed home because I just didn't want to go. I would see people I used to be friends with, people I didn't like, or just didn't want to see. And I feel like when it comes to people that I stopped being friends with, I don't want them to see me vulnerable. I don't really want anybody to see me vulnerable. I don't want that. But me and my granny, she would take me to the King of Prussia Mall. I love the King of Prussia Mall because of her. She would take me to the King of Prussia Mall. She would take me to the Disney store that used to be there. We would go to the mall every weekend, buy new clothes and get our nails done and hair done. That was my best friend. She's the reason why I think I need to stay in tip-top shape all the time. Her and my mom and my grandma would have my nails done every 2 weeks, if even that, a week and a half maybe. She's the reason why I am the girl that I am today. So when she passed, it was really tough, so tough, to the point where we moved. We moved out of Delaware. That's where I went to school at. We moved out of Delaware and we moved back to my home state of Pennsylvania. So I don't live in Delaware anymore. I'm back in my home state, and it's been a lot of adjusting, but I'm glad that I don't have to be in Delaware anymore. It was so tiny, so you were bound to see at least one person you weren't friends with or fell out with, and that just wasn't good for me with what I already had going on. Like, dealing with my grandmother being in the hospital, plus seeing people who were saying mean things about me, it just wasn't good for me in my mental health. So we moved. Another thing that has happened is I graduated high school. I never have to go back to Middletown ever again. It feels so good to not have to go. I have my diploma. I moved away. All Delaware negativity should stay in Delaware because I don't live there anymore. My mental health has been so much better. I live like 10 minutes away from the King of Prussia Mall. If you have ever been to King of Prussia, you know that mall is the best mall. I love King of Prussia. I moved here about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. Ever since I moved here, I've been to the mall a total of like 6 or 7 times. if even that. Like, I go like twice a week just to look at the new arrivals at Victoria's Secret and to get boba. Like, I'll go do my hair, do some cute makeup, put on a cute outfit, and I'll just go to the mall just to be there for like an hour, just because I can. These are my latest pink pickups. This is the best. I love this so much. The cotton candy one, it's strawberry sugar, fluffy vanilla, and boardwalk air. I like the strawberry dip one more because I just love strawberry scented things. But we're not here to talk about my Victoria's Secret pickups. We're here to talk about where I've been and why I disappeared for so long. I have a job now. I didn't have a job the whole time I was in Middletown, but I'm 17 now, and the jobs in Middletown were terrible. Not terrible, but like, there was barely anywhere to work unless you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. But I have really big plans that I want to have money for. I can't just depend on my mom forever. I know she's still going to give me money and she's still going to buy me things, but I also wanted to be able to buy my own stuff whenever I want to. Like, I work at TJ Maxx and it's very fun. Well, not fun, but I'm fulfilled with what I do and the money that I make. I just want to take you guys on this journey, and I feel like I've gotten myself together to the point where I am good to post and I want to post, and I'm so sorry that it's taking me so long to finally come back. And what's next? I have tons of videos planned. These announced tour dates, and I got tickets. They're not VIP, unfortunately. VIP sold out so fast, but I got 4 tickets, so we'll be traveling to New York to see them. That's where I've been. I'm so thankful for you guys for sticking around during this tough time. It's really been almost a year since my last video. Like, it'll be a year in like 3 weeks. This is the end of this video. I'm so thankful for you guys for hanging me out and wondering where I've been. I hope this video clears up any confusion. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in my ATEEZ prep video.